Good day, YouTubers. So it seems they are threatening the witnesses. I was just chatting with two of my former work colleagues at my federal agency. Now, I've been gone for 10 years from my federal agency. Both of these fellows were good friends. We would play chess most days during lunchtime. You have an hour for lunch. We would meet up in the break room downstairs and play chess. We would play blitz chess, which is 5 minutes on either side to play the entire game. But often we would usually play like 20-minute games, so we'd get like 3 games in during lunch. The National Chess Center was down the street, so a man at work, he donated 10 of the professional quality chess boards with the 4-inch and 5-inch pieces that are just absolutely indestructible, and we played on those. There were several champions among us. We all played regularly downstairs. I've even played simuls, where I, as one person, play 3 other people. A lot of fun. I always won those games. So I'm a real chess player, and these were my chess friends. So I connected with the first guy on social media, because that's how since retiring, that's how we would connect. And it was good to reconnect with him, and we slipped back into easy camaraderie like a familiar, comfortable shoe. He was happy to hear from me. I was happy to chat with him. So finally, I asked him about the Shem Steinberg audio tape. I told him I wanted to get my hands on it. He said he didn't have it. He pointed me to another chess player friend, a Rasta guy. He's a white Rasta guy. He married a black woman. They have 3 or 4 mixed children. And he said, of course, our friend, the Rasta guy, has it. And I played chess with him all the time, too. So he gave me his cell number, so I started texting him. And as soon as I start texting the Rasta guy, he denies everything. He says he wasn't at this meeting. He says he doesn't know anything about this meeting. Not only was he at this meeting, I remember him there. He was present, and he spoke extensively at this meeting, and he actually took sides against me. Okay, when I saw my father, the serial killer and child molester, being dragged into the portal by the demons, which is covered in my book in the first chapter, it was like 1,000,000 or 1,000,000,000 spirits just tearing him apart. Okay, that's what that meeting with Shem Steinberg was. It was everybody in the world against me. And every question was posed to me. I'm offended. Anything was posed. It was me against 1,000,000 people. Okay, just like when the demons come for the wicked, and they just literally, they swarm them and they just tear them apart. This is why I say that Shem Steinberg, the great director, is literally Satan incarnate. Okay, that's why. Because when he comes for me, whenever I see him, it's always a gang beating against me. And he thinks this is very clever. And I've cursed him, and 3 of his friends died from the curse, and he got cancer, and like an idiot, I prayed for him, and then he lived. And after this meeting, I cursed him again, and I cursed his daughter. And he reported to me, he confronted me directly in California, and he says, I got cancer again. And then he tried to shoot me because I cursed him. And his daughter, he's like, she's so much worse since that meeting. She's so much worse. Dude, you attack me with 1,000,000 people, and you get cancer and your daughter's worse? How about repenting? This Rasta guy, I considered him a close friend. And frankly, I considered him a real friend until he took sides against me at that meeting with Shem Steinberg. And then I questioned our friendship. I'm like, oh, he's not actually my friend because he ganged up on me. But that was everybody. Almost everybody in that room ganged up against me, which tells me that people respond to power. They don't care if this man is truly evil, Shem Steinberg. They just care about power. He's truly powerful. They also don't want to go against the power of the 20 federal agents who were in that room. And I worked with some of those people, and I put mobsters in jail with some of those agents. They offered me a job as an FBI agent, and the criminal gang was always attacking me. And I don't know if Shem Steinberg was actually directing the actions of the criminal gang. I would not be surprised, because Gigi Treson, every time I have seen Shem Steinberg in the flesh, Gigi Treson is attached to his ear like a giant human-sized leech, whispering to him and advising him every second. And she's got a gun, and he's got all the power and the influence. And together, they just kill anybody they want. So literally, these federal agents, and there were regular police from Maryland, Virginia, D.C. in that room. They can kill you legally. They can literally murder you. They can legally murder you. And my father, a police officer, literally kidnapped and murdered, I think, as many as 500 people. And I know exactly how they do it. It's not that complicated. It is nothing more or less than a perversion of the legitimate authority of a police officer used for evil purposes. The first guy, he admits everything. Okay, he says he was at the meeting. He remembers the meeting. It was all effed up. They threatened everybody. He seemed slightly uncomfortable, my first friend. The second friend, I'm texting him, so it's all over social media at this point. It's just PMs over social media. It's all in writing. The second guy, the Rasta guy, he denied everything. He pretended like, Sunday doesn't exist. I don't know what Christmas is. Don't talk to me about that. That's how it was. So I decide I'm going to call my first friend. We're going to sort this out. I'm going to get my hands on this audio tape. And this audio tape has been offered to me and sent to me at least 5 times. And they would just literally violently attack me at gunpoint in my apartment. Okay, the times that it was sent to me I'm in my apartment in College Park, Maryland, and they would break into my door, attack me at gunpoint, and delete it off my computer, at gunpoint. And that's what they do, because they're just truly evil people, and there's nothing they won't do. And I was literally held hostage from January to June in 2011, the 6 months following and they would come bust into my house several times a day. They got a key. They would bust into my house and attack me at gunpoint and steal things and break all my electronics. Okay. So I decided I'm going to call my first friend and we're just going to sort it out. So I waited until noon the next day. I like to get my thoughts together. I was praying about it. I was sorting out my thoughts. I was asking God for wisdom. And so I called him at noon the next day. I went to work out in the morning. I feel good. I'd had time to think about it. So noon the next day, literally like 12 hours from the last time I was texting him, so we're chatting over this app and then I'm literally calling him. So I called him on his phone. He answered immediately. That's a good sign. Always believe what people do. Never believe what they say. Now, my first friend, who said everything in writing, he remembers the meeting, everything. They threatened him. It's a big secret, like a big white elephant in the room, and nobody can talk about it. Now he's denying everything. He says he doesn't remember the meeting. He just, everything. He denied everything that he said in writing on the app. He now denies it. Okay, so just simply waiting 12 hours to call him the next day to gather my thoughts before talking to him was too late. That's how on it these people are. That's how paranoid these people are. Now, there is another. Okay, so they're talking to the gang members who are cops and lawyers and Shem Steinberg. I don't know what Shem Steinberg's involvement is. He may be kind of like directing all of it. I don't know. I honestly don't know. And it's just too weird. But Shem Steinberg is a weird, evil person and really, really seriously mentally ill, which, he's very high functioning. So that's really strange. And I think you can just write it off to the fact that this man is actually evil. And I would not qualify what's wrong with him as mental illness, because he knows what he's doing and he's doing it on purpose. And he thinks that he's just very powerful. But another possible sort of explanation is I worked for the federal government. I had security clearances. My friends, the chess friends that I'm talking to, they still work for the federal government. They have security clearances. Okay. And gag orders would come down every week. Okay. From the top, from the commissioners. And they would say, don't talk about this. Don't talk about that. If we hear of anybody talking to the media about this or that, you're going to be fired. Okay. And literally, it is in government. It is worse to give out any secrets than it is to be like not good at your job. If you're not that good at your job, you're not going to be fired. But if you go to the media and you talk to somebody and they catch you, you're fired. You're fired on the spot. So that's kind of the psychology of people who work in the federal government. And I'm from that world and I kind of understand it. And I do have security clearances. And that's just kind of how it is. But I just find it interesting that even waiting 12 hours, if I had called my first friend immediately, so we're talking over the app, he admits everything, he's not that comfortable with it, he realizes that he's getting into territory that maybe he doesn't want to be involved in because there's all these powerful people with guns involved. But if I called him immediately, like noon the day before when I was chatting with him, he would have just told me everything. He would have said, this guy has the tape, that guy has the tape, I know this, I know that. And he would have just said whatever because he's my friend and he wanted to help me. Okay. But just 12 hours later, the gigantic blue tidal wave of silence, we murder people and there's nothing you can do about it, fell between me and two guys that I spent 10 years playing, nationally ranked chess with. And they're like real friends. They, the Rasta guy, because he went against me in that meeting, I almost don't consider him a friend because why would you do that? Why would you gang up on me? It's 1,000,000 against 1, and I'm being held hostage in that room, denied the right to an attorney, denied the right to union representation. The union people were right there, and I was very upset about that because I was a union member. And you're still going to gang up on me. So, but talking to him yesterday, he was like my friend. He was like my friend again. But I mean, he's not loyal to me, so is he really a friend? So anyway, they're really on it. And they're on it so bad that the gang swarmed, and these people are scared. They're scared even to give up this tape. I'm going to get this tape, and all they're doing is they're making it worse. Okay, they can say something like, "Yeah, you're going to get the evidence over my dead body." Well, that's actually how this is going to go. You can give me the trust, and anybody who cooperates with me, I'm going to let you go. But if you don't, I'm going to take all of you down. All of you are going down. It's going to be all or nothing. And that's literally how it's going to go. So do yourself a big favor and deal with me before the police come for you. Because when the police come for you, all bets are off, bro. And I'm not going to be able to make side deals around the police because I don't want to piss them off because these are the guys who are going to prosecute you. So come to me before they start calling everybody, because once they start calling everybody and they're going to be like, oh, yeah, you're not under arrest. No, we're not suspicious of anything. We just want you to come down. They're going to act nice about it. And then they're going to put the handcuffs on you. When that happens, it's too late, bro. Bend over and kiss your butt goodbye. I can't help you when they come for you. I can help you now because this isn't a side deal. So come to me now before the police come for you, or you get what you get. It is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. Peace.